Hey everybody, welcome back to Konversation. Guess who we have today? We actually found him in front of the gym, and we had to actually let him in because he would have kicked both our asses.
Yeah, he is capable. He is capable.
This is Konversation with me, Rick,
Aminain.
and
Dan. Me.
Wow, really?
Dan.
Dan Ramos.
Dan Ramos.
this is Koya Dan.
Kuya
Ramos.
Dan Ramos, the Grand Supreme.
I'm sure you've heard that name tossed around here several times. It's finally
we don't toss you very often.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
toss you very often. We do say your name often.
Yeah, that we do.
When I watch these shows, I wait and I listen for my name to be brought up.
He's waiting for the royalties. Every time my name comes up, we got to give him a dollar.
That's it. So
Give him a
but
dollar.
I had a big ass shout out last episode
Yes.
when you guys were thanking. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that you guys do remember me
Every once in a while.
every once in a while.
We actually have notes. If we don't say thank you to Danny, he's going to be
That's
mad.
right.
Let's do something.
It's actually written on the table right here. It
It's
says,
the
don't
only
forget
thing
Dan.
we write down.
So, folks, the reason why we brought Danny out here, it's been almost a year since the last time he was here. A lot of things have
Yeah,
happened,
yeah.
obviously, the
Damn.
COVID stuff and whatnot.
No, it has been a year because it was his
Yeah.
birthday last time, remember?
Yeah, last time around.
That was what? Yeah, July.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
That
oh my
has
God, it was
been
your
a year.
birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's been a year since he's been here.
I think that was episode 7.
No. Was it?
Yeah, it was like
It was an early
like
episode,
7.
but not 7.
No, not that early.
Not that early, no.
Oh, okay.
It took us a while to get
For
to.
some reason, I thought
We
it was
started
7.
the
Dude,
end
your
of
people
May.
are hard to get through, so.
That's right.
Yeah, booking
need to
you, is
Well,
difficult. It
You
took
know,
a year.
I am touring.
All the karaoke bars
Yeah,
in Northern
there you go.
California.
So, again, the reason why we brought him in.
Oh, there's a reason?
I
One-
came here for the coffee.
One, he begged us because he had
No,
he needed something to do. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
No, we
COVID
don't-
stopped the
oh,
training.
oh,
that's
oh,
why.
oh, we don't
so
want
I
to-
need something to do.
No.
Sure.
The reason why we're here is because in the bladed mind, things evolve. They have to. That's the nature of things, and it's something that we push as a concept in the bladed mind. He's the creator of the bladed mind, so even his stuff has evolved from what it was a
Yes.
year ago.
Yeah, and some of that was brought upon with some of the seminars that we've been going to, and talking to different people, and obviously getting new ideas. So we brought you in to see what has changed as far as in your mindset with all the new things that we picked up from people that we've
Yes.
met along the way for the
Yes.
past year. And that's what I like to, because I'm always curious as to how your brain actually works.
God, where do I begin? After that little introduction and this workup for this idea.
I know, it
All
better be good, 'cause
So the bladed mind is about evolution, constantly changing or growing in our mindset in what we do, right? Let's just say that everybody pretty much does in FMA pretty much does the same thing, but it's how we think of what we're getting. I think is the process that as new information comes in, then you have to reevaluate what you have with this new information, whether it's good or bad, or does it actually even fit in, or do you say, okay, this does not fit in? Everything has value, right? It depends on what that value is to you. Somebody else it has great value. For me, maybe not. But you have to understand the value that is there. Based on what you already have, does it even fit in? If it fits in great, and there's a lot things to be absorbed by this new information, then that has great value. Then you can use that and modify if you have to, or enhance what you have. That is the bladed mind concept.
In the past, we had always talked about if it doesn't work, make it work.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That was
Right.
gonna be my
Exactly.
goal.
And take it to that journey all the
Right.
way to the end and say, and at the end of that, you can say, yeah, I just can't get this to work. But give it time. Put your energy and effort into understanding that value. Even it might be small now, but at the end of that journey, it might be great. But you have to explore it. That's part of the bladed mind, exploring everything to the very end of that. And if it doesn't work, you come back and maybe take it in a different direction. And then that itself might change the value.
Yeah, because that journey itself is going to bring up other things, other ideas, other
Yes,
topics.
yes.
But you said understand.
Understanding
we-
is part.
How do you now understand differently than when you did, say, a year or even 2-3 years ago?
I love it when you're stumped.
I'm not stumped. I'm trying to
Thinking.
I'm thinking of the process in which I have to, or the order that I have to say what I'm going to say, right?
And before you go, because that's important, we always talk about progression. Like when we first teach our students, we start with an exercise, and then that exercise becomes 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, then becomes 111 tap, and then it becomes 111.57, and then it becomes Sinawali, and so on.
Right.
And everything has a progression. And I always tell the students, I won't teach you anything I haven't already taught you. That we're constantly, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Because of the
exactly.
progression that what we did last week is going to correlate to everything
I'll say, he knows
that
what
we're
you
doing
mean.
this week.
Do
Right.
they know what
Yeah,
you mean?
Right,
yeah.
right.
And folks, that's what it is that we'll teach you something the first week.
Right.
The next week, it's going to have a flavor of that.
new.
Yeah. But it
it's
is
a
going to
new
be
thing.
really new, right? We're using it in a different way, in a different context, in a different idea, but it's something that we had already taught. So throughout progression, people are picking up things faster. Do you agree?
Yes. Yeah.
Because of what they knew from the past few weeks.
And we hope so. We
Yeah.
hope that's what's happening in their mind. Now, going back to your question, what has changed for me? The exposure that we've had through college conversation, right? We have all these guests. We've done all these different little gatherings throughout the year. The one thing that I find most fascinating is everybody teaches a little differently, right? But the same message still gets across.
right.
Right. It's just the way that we present our information for the same freaking drill.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
same drill that we do, that they do, are explained totally different. And they have different names for what they do. But if you look at it, oh, that's the same thing as this thing over here.
Now, why do you think that is? Because it seems to me if we're all doing the same exact thing, and at the end it is the very same thing, but we're all looking at it differently. I mean,
I think it just comes from the teaching of that system. Whatever system that is,
Right.
that's the way it's always been. Now, I myself didn't do that.
No.
Right? So from what I learned, I found a way to kind of communicate my information my way, whereas other system might still completely teach it the way they were taught.
right.
And I think
Tradition.
that, that's part of the tradition
Right.
and part of maybe they did not explore their information to give it their flavor. And I'm sure they may have little bits of things that
Yeah,
is
it's
from
inevitable.
them. It has to be there.
Yeah.
It has to be there. All your influences that you've ever had will influence you as the individual.
Right. Not just how you say it,
Right.
but also how you take the information.
Right. And the way you understand it to give it back out is going to be your own flavor. But again, they still use the same concept of teaching
Right.
throughout, right? So I, of course, had changed my way, but the way I teach you guys and how you're going to bring about, because of the way I say, well, make it your way, then it's already going to change
Oh, yeah.
that way. We already
Yeah.
give you that information. Whereas when they were learning from the beginning, no, do it this way, this way, this way, this way.
It's systematic.
And it's systematic, but again, for us, we say, here's this information, do with it what you want.
First of all, do you understand that information
yeah.
well enough to do with what
Right,
you want?
right. And that goes without
Right.
saying, but the idea is, it's been given to me, I get to do what I want with it.
Well, I paid for it. That's the other thing.
That's the thing, right? Hey, you pay for it, it's yours, do what you want with it.
Right, do what you need to do,
That's part of our teaching,
No.
so that it becomes the individual's.
You know, and I struggle with that a lot because whenever we talk to the other schools or the other instructors, and they say, no, this is the way it's always been, and we can't really change it because it's the
Right.
association or
Right.
you know, the people won't allow us or don't, they frown on it, you know.
Right.
Well, some of
Right.
them are big groups.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So
and you
have to
can't.
keep that
You
curriculum.
really can't. you know?
But there are some of our guests who we've talked to who've managed to go to that associate and say, hey, I'm not going to teach it this way because whatever the reason was.
Right,
And
right.
you got to admire that, because they're standing up against the grain and saying, hey,
Yeah, we have no one to stand up against it except him.
yeah.
Except for me.
And he's like, yeah, go ahead.
And he's like,
do
yeah,
what
yeah,
you
do
want.
it.
Do what
But
you
no,
want.
those, and that's a daunting task. I mean, I never really thought about it till now, how we have it really easy in that sense because we don't have that backing to say you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Right.
Versus
not how
some
you
of the
should be
guests that
teaching
we
it.
have, they have these huge organizations. They're
been
embedded.
around forever.
They're deep. They've been around for
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time. They're giant institutions, and all of a sudden you're like, maybe we're not doing it as best as we could.
But also, don't you guys think that because of like MMA, right, and fighting, especially in the streets, if we're talking about pure application, has changed so much
Oh yeah.
that this traditional stuff doesn't work as well as it used to? I mean, would you say?
Well-
not trying to be an ass or anything. but
No. But you see it in street fights. You see guys using low kicks. You see guys using things.
It's beginning. It's beginning to see.
You see
that
them
more.
using distractive, movements just to get the upper hand on things. When before you just see people swing or
Yeah.
traditional
World Star.
boxer. Yeah.
World Star. You see that a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has changed. The typical street fight has changed because of the exposure of FMA.
Yeah, I mean, because now you see them really calculating what they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're doing the
Yeah.
the going down for the grabs and
Yeah.
the wrestling, the grappling stuff. I mean, it has changed so much from what you look at the video these days from what it was.
Now
10
think
years ago.
about this though. But once it's going, but once it's here, then
Yeah,
it's just this.
It's just chaos.
It's
yeah,
always,
it's just this.
Once you bridge
Right.
that gap,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then it becomes a brawl again. But to use your art within that brawl,
Yeah,
Right.
and that's
That-
the key.
that's what we're trying
That's
to
the key
teach.
element.
that's
yeah.
the thing. Within the brawl, where is your art? You
I
know?
mean, I love talking martial arts to the cows come home. Like, I'm very antisocial,
yeah.
but if we're talking martial arts, I'll talk about that.
Can get you to shut up.
Yeah, I'll put
Here, let me demonstrate. In
Yeah.
fact,
I'll come to the gym and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say hi to anyone.
yeah.
Just do my
Yeah.
work, but you got to be cordial. But because we are talking about martial arts, let's
Yes.
stray away from that. And I don't think we really touched too much on the subject of Danny as a person.
Okay.
he was a pain in the ass when I was growing up. Just
no,
saying.
the back of your head. Remember
You know,
the
I-
dart?
The back of my head
It's
with the
funny,
dart.
Danny as the person, right? During our picnic, right, I had a wonderful conversation with Scott. Pronounce his name?
Pereira.
Pronounce his name. Scott, thank you for that conversation.
Dude, that guy's just
He enlightened me
SOB.
as far as what we talked about, right? Right off the get-go, he tried to figure out, who are you? Just like you said, and that's what brought it up, right? And he's asking me how I was growing up, what subject in school that was
those are
favorite,
the things that-
which
yeah.
one was it worse? And then I told him, and he goes, "That's why you are the way you are." Right? So
So what was your favorite subject in school?
outside of the regular requirements, of course, you have the electives.
Yeah.
I had taken up mechanical drawing, architecture.
Oh, there you go.
Every other
Now I see.
semester, I would switch with band. I played horns, right? So there has
Wait,
always
wait,
been
sit-
this
wait,
creative
hold-
side of
stop,
me.
Stop. Really? You played horns?
I played trumpet
Yeah, trumpet.
You still have one?
for like 3. Yeah, I don't have it.
Well,
He
I don't
doesn't
have it
blow as
anymore.
good as he used to.
He was really
I didn't want to go there, but these guys started it.
Ask Josie.
I didn't want to go there, but
That was a great segue.
so Scott, again, thank you, right? So he enlightened me to the fact that there is a creative side of me. There's,
And I see that, like I said, the architecture stuff, the,
Yeah.
the drafting and whatever,
Yeah.
the music, obviously. So now I see it. Okay, I get that. what he's
Right.
trying to
Good,
say.
it makes more sense, right?
It makes more sense to me now. Of course, you don't think of that as you're growing up. You just do
Right.
what you're going to do, right? But for someone to, let's say, analyze me, thank you, Scott.
I'll send money to you from him. We'll sell you some cash. Don't worry, got you, Scott.
But it was, I mean, while we were talking, my head was just doing this. I said, "Oh my God!"
I never thought about
I
it.
had never really thought about that.
That's awesome.
But the thought process that goes through me
Yeah.
as I'm analyzing and exploring my art, I think that is the catalyst. That's the part
Yeah.
that makes it happen for me,
Right.
right? Because I'm constantly evaluating things that I do.
But were you doing that in high school?
Not that
I may not have thought of that.
Yeah.
Right? Because no one has told me that. And at 16, 17, 18,
You just
are you even thinking? I just like to draw, right? I like to methodically think about what I'm doing as I'm trying to draw out my mechanical drawings or my architectural ideas that, okay, here, design this house.
Now,
And then I had to go through that.
what does it take to be a guy like Scott to talk to somebody and figure out that's you? You know, I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm impressed.
Scott, your
dude, I was
background,
impressed with him
of all the
before.
education that he's gotten too, right?
Yeah.
His experience,
His experiences?
schooling.
Yeah.
Right.
How are
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys surprised?
Well, no, it's just you know,
Well-
for him to sit there and talk to Danny for, I know it wasn't that long.
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
time.
maybe a half hour, not even
Yeah.
that.
Have
right?
you ever talked to Scott? You
I
know
have.
how easy
He's
it is
awesome.
to talk to that man?
Very easy.
It's very
So
easy.
you just bleh.
Yeah, yeah. It comes out.
Yeah.
So,
That's why I'm
Now,
not.
had you
surprised
watched
at
his
all.
episode? Did you
yeah,
watch
yeah,
his
I
episode?
I did. And I was impressed at that time. And then going back to this idea of the meeting today, right, for this interview is what has changed, right? Now I'm looking at every student that comes in. I need to figure out how that person thinks.
Right.
So are you doing that more than you were before, or are you starting?
Well,
Only been 2 weeks.
it's something that we've already actually we've done it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, we always have the interview.
Yeah, we did
always
that.
like to figure out what makes them think. Why are they even here?
We did that with Rashad. Remember,
Yeah,
we figured
yeah,
out
we
that
figured it out.
he had a problem, so let's do it this way and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it is our way,
It
but
is the
now
way.
it's just been brought out to light.
Mandalorian.
You know, now you're saying, oh, that's what's happening.
You
Now
know
you
what
have a
I've-
reason.
You know what I've noticed? A lot of people that we talk to always have a comment on what they see about us. Nicholas Moreno did that. He said, "Hey,
Yeah.
you guys do blah blah blah." No,
yeah,
Remember-
yeah.
Like what? We teach the neuro.
Yeah.
What? We bypass the hyper.
Oh,
what?
when we went to San
yeah,
Diego,
right. He
We
was
went to go
telling us
see
how
him.
we are. It's like,
Yeah.
no, this is what you guys are actually doing, and we never branded ourselves because we don't know. We
Yeah.
just do it.
He asked a neurologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and it's like, okay, yeah, we bypass something, and it's like, okay, so we're teaching the brain backwards.
Well, he
Is that
told
what
me
you're
I created an algorithm for figuring out systematically 216 three-strike combinations. 216 three-strike combination was an algorithm.
Yeah.
What?
I just thought it was strikes.
I just said,
I was just
oh
trying
my
to hit
God.
people.
Yeah. But no, that's amazing how people can look at what we're doing and see that, wait, there's something here because what you guys are doing is this, this, and this. And like,
Yeah.
well, huh?
Yeah,
It's like, well, I
there's
never
actually a
even-
name.
There's
Yeah.
actually a name for what
Actually,
we're
makes
doing.
us feel dumb though.
Right.
Like this is.
Well,
stumble
it's
on
just-
it.
yeah.
No, we're just ahead of our time.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
is?
I think we're ahead of our time in the way that we teach and we.
I think you're ahead of your time because
Well,
you
I'm-
you were the catalyst for
yeah,
even Rick,
yeah.
as crazy as his brain is and the way that he
Yeah.
sees things. He teaches
Yeah.
his way, but
It's all
would he
brought
have
on,
gotten
yeah.
onto the path of teaching this if it wasn't for you?
Probably not.
Right?
Probably not.
And I will concur because even though he is my brother, I'm not saying, but you're right, I would have never gotten here.
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
There's
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
There was something that I brought to the table
Yeah.
that you guys know. You say, hey,
Started itching at his brain.
this is
Yeah.
this is what we have, and Rick immediately thinks of, oh, what's the next step
Yeah,
already?
of course.
Yeah.
That's his
mind.
mindset.
Yeah.
What's the next step already? I see this. Okay, what's next? And his brain automatically goes to what's next, right?
That's how it works.
And we have to slow him down in teaching because he's already doing the next step
He's slow in
for the
other
new
ways.
student.
Yeah.
So
Keep forgetting.
anyway,
That wasn't a gripe or anything. It was just this discussion.
Pain in the ass is
boom,
what I
boom.
So
What-
man, yeah.
I have a question for you because, I mean, obviously, COVID really struck everybody hard. Didn't allow the students come to their classes. I mean, everything was either Zoom or whatever. And, you know, Zoom is cool. I mean, it works to an extent. but it never, it will never replace the indoor, the in-class
the in-class.
training, right? Because of that, and I know we haven't had that many students come and go. I mean, I've had some private classes, whatever. How about you over in Vallejo? I know you set up your gym. Have you been playing
I did
with
set up a gym, open for private classes, by the way.
the plugs. You like that?
We'll add the contact
430
information.
Valley Oak Lane, Vallejo, California.
Yeah.
707-330-8744. Call me, please.
He needs something to do.
Don't make it sound desperate.
No.
Oh, also, if you have any mechanical background,
Yeah, there you
work
go.
on cars.
There you go. Come help.